following is an excerpt of a recent Mort Radio broadcast. You know what I find interesting regarding the whole pay-to-win forced microtransactions that were brought on by EA in their game Star Wars Battlefront II? What I find interesting is that you have all these people protesting. They're going to Reddit and they're, expressing themselves and their disdain for what EA and DICE have done to their game, to Star Wars Battlefront II. You have all this protest, and yet you have people streaming their gameplay on Twitch and YouTube and Mixer, streaming their gameplay of Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I don't mean like 4 or 5 people. I'm talking 60, 70 people, maybe more. Now, some of these people are only getting, 1 or 2 viewers, maybe 5, maybe 10. But some of them are big name streamers. They have a lot of views. They have a lot of viewers. They have a large audience. And my question to them, or to anyone who streams Star Wars Battlefront 2, or frankly who plays Star Wars Battlefront 2, is if you were upset with the way they handled the forced microtransactions, the overt pay-to-win theme that they had with their loot crates, if you were upset by that, if you felt cheated, then why in the fuck are you still playing the game? Why in the fuck do you have the game still installed on your Xbox, on your PlayStation 4, on your PC gaming computer? If you're that upset with what EA has done, EA and DICE, because DICE is not innocent in this, please don't be fooled. They're not innocent in this. If you're upset by what they have done, then you shouldn't be playing the game. I don't care how good looking it is. I don't care how spectacular it looks or whatever excuse you want to give of why you're still playing the game. The point is, if you're that upset with what they've done, then why are you playing the game? And even more so, why are you streaming the game? If you're streaming the game on Twitch or YouTube or Mixer, you're nothing but a shill for EA. You're just as bad as EA. I don't care about how good the game looks and how fun it is to play, or how spectacular it looks when you're streaming it, and that your audience, whether they're kids or adults or whoever watches you, regardless of whether they like it or not, if you're playing it and streaming your gameplay, you're nothing but a shill for EA. That's it. Now, you have every right to stream your gameplay of Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm not saying you need to say, that you should be stopped. What I am saying is that if you're complaining about Star Wars Battlefront 2, but streaming your gameplay, you're a fucking hypocrite. If you're upset with what EA did, you shouldn't play the game. You should uninstall it from your playing platform, whether it's Xbox, PlayStation 4, or a gaming PC. It's as simple as that. Because if you think for a second that this pay-to-win forced microtransaction fiasco is over, you're wrong. Blake Jorgensen has even said as such, as everyone knows, when he said that they're not giving up on microtransactions. They are still going to try to go forward with this. And other AAA companies that produce AAA games are going to try to inject these into their games as well. They're going to continue to do as such. Why? Because as much as players and the player base and fan base of these games, as much as they protest and say, we hate loot crates, we hate this, we hate that, they still play the game. Everyone hates Star Wars Battlefront, let me say this. The majority of people, it seems, hate the loot crate system of Star Wars Battlefront II, and yet people in droves are playing the game and streaming the game. Why wouldn't EA say to themselves, well, they're having a tantrum. They'll get over it, and then we'll just bring it back. We'll wait till the little crybabies stop whining about shit, and then we'll just bring it back. We may have to bring it back in a different form. We may have to disguise it in a different way, but we'll bring it back and get our money. Why wouldn't they think that way? EA overtly tries to inject pay-to-win, force microtransactions into their game, into Star Wars Battlefront II and other games that still exist, and people still play them. They bitched and complained. They wanted them out of their game, but they still played the game. So yeah, why wouldn't EA say, well, we're not giving up on microtransactions because obviously you guys will take whatever we give you. You might bitch and moan, but you will. This goes back to when EA made the announcement that they were going to not charge for DLCs, that the one price that you paid, whether it's $60 or $80 for the game, the one price that you paid was going to include everything. All the DLC was going to be free, all new maps or characters or whatever they were going to bring into the game at a later date. That was all going to be for free. You were only going to pay one price. And everyone cheered and applauded. And oh yeah, they have listened to us. They listened to us, the consumer. They listened to us in our complaints. They heard us about our complaints against Star Wars Battlefront 1 from 2015 and how we didn't like paying for extra maps from the DLC. And they heard our complaints and they answered our questions. And now we're all set. And it's going to be one price and we get everything. And they cheered and they applauded. And it's like, when you were cheering and applauding, did you also stick your head up your ass? Because if you think for a fucking second that you're going to give a company like EA $60 and they're going to give you $200 in merchandise, if you think for a fucking second that's how it works, you're an idiot. Because if you give EA or companies like EA $60 and they give you $200 in merchandise, believe me, they have a plan to get $400 more out of you. They have a plan and are ready to implement it to get that extra $400 out of you. And if you think otherwise, you're a fool, and you should give them your money, and you should be ripped off by them. Because let me make something perfectly clear. If you give them any inclination that you are going to buy their product, no matter what they put out, no matter how shitty the game is, no matter how much it may be filled with this microtransaction or this glitch or this exploit or these problems, that you will still, as much as you may bitch about it, as much as you may whine and cry and say how unfair it is, you will still play the game. The AAA gaming companies will dig their heels in and stay where they are. They will continuously produce these half-baked ideas of these games that just don't work. And they'll keep doing it as long as you support them. And how do you support them? By accepting inferior products, by accepting mismanagement of gaming titles that you pre-order, by the way. Why not cheat you? You're giving them their money before you even see their fucking product. Not only should you not stream Star Wars Battlefront II, not only should you not play Star Wars Battlefront II and uninstall it from your gaming platform, but you should learn a lesson from what has happened with EA and their forced microtransaction bullshit. You should learn a lesson and never again pre-order any fucking game whatsoever. I don't care how good the press is. I don't care what benefits they're giving you. 10% off the purchasing price, or this fucking vanity item, or now I got the plaid gun skin, so my gun looks rad. I look fucking rad with the. Shut the fuck up. You stop pre-ordering games. That's also going to help if there's any chance whatsoever, and I'm not saying there is. Maybe there isn't. Maybe what I'm saying to do is irrelevant. Maybe it won't help. Maybe it's already too late. Before long, we're going to have ads in the games that we play on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. We're halfway through the game like they do with the mobile games, and an ad pops up and says, hey, make sure to buy this game next. So maybe what I'm saying is Greek salad. It's a moot point. But it's better than just laying back and accepting whatever they put out. You want to stop this shit? Don't stream their games. Don't play their games. Leave their fucking game servers empty of players. I don't know. Good Lord, in a month of Sundays, I have no idea why people would do that. Why people would pre-order, get an inferior product, a game that's shit, and then the next time another pre-order comes about, they do it again. Yeah, it's their money. They want to do that, that's fine. But, if you want to stop this grifter con artist attitude that comes from the gaming industry or gaming journalists and all the muck that comes with it, if you want to at least try to stop it, at least in this instance, don't stream Star Wars Battlefront 2. Don't stream your gameplay. Because if you do, yeah, you are a fucking shill, and you have no right to complain about it. You have no right to complain about the game, about its microtransactions, or what will be known as microtransactions when they try to introduce it back into the game, or the pay-to-win, or other games that are pay-to-win like. You won't be able to complain about that because you're going to stream the game anyway and you're a fucking shill. And if you do have Star Wars Battlefront 2 on your gaming console, uninstall it. Don't play it. Uninstall it and just say, you know what? I have other games. I'll just play them. I'm not going to submit to this. I'm not going to accept it. It's not acceptable. I don't like this. And I'm not going to cater to it. I don't care if it's stopped or not. They're going to only bring it back. So you know what? I'm not going to cater to it. I'm not going to play it anymore, and it's off my console. And leave the servers empty. Because I'll tell you, as long as you hold out your hand filled with your cash, EA is just going to sap it up. Any of them would.